on Twitter. We'll save this. We're rolling on this because we always have to save our predictions because the show has not traditionally been very good at remembering picks at the end of the year. Adam Hill likes to erase everything. It's usually his fault.
Typical mainstream media.
All right. When you get called on the carpet, I didn't make that pick. Okay, AFC East. We're doing division winners, wild cards, and then we'll take a break, go to the NFC, and pick a Super Bowl. And then Willie and Adam are up tomorrow. Those clowns will make their picks, probably all chalky. AFC East. Any mystery here? Can the Pats, the Dolphins, or you're very high on the Jets, apparently, from what we talked about an hour ago. I'm not. Can any of them challenge the Bills for the division title?
So I think the Bills are the most overvalued team coming into this year. I think they're very good. I don't think that they're as good as the market says they are. Having said that, I don't think the rest of the AFC East is very good. So I did select the Bills to win the division.
Okay. I agree. Is there a 10-win team amongst those three?
If it is, it's Miami because Tua hits.
Okay.
I've got an under on the Patriots win total. I think they're due for a pretty poor season.
So Bills could go 11-6 or 10-7 and still win the division.
Correct.
AFC North, which is very interesting. Defending AFC titleist Bengals. Steelers. Browns in tumult. Who knows what they'll be when Deshaun Watson comes back. And the Ravens. Last year was all because of injuries, right? Okay, your pick for the AFC North.
The Baltimore Ravens, Steve. I do think a lot of what happened last year had to do with injury. I think in the larger scheme of things, I don't know about this weekend, but Ronnie Stanley coming back, Linderbaum at center is I think a nice piece to plug in there. At least it seems. We'll see if that actually works out. I think overall this team, if they're a little bit healthier, is going to be a very, very good team. And I think there are signs of regression for Cincinnati. And I also think the Bengals, they were not as explosive as you actually remember them to be last year. They were explosive in high leverage plays, but statistically, they were actually a pretty average offense a season ago. Give me Baltimore.
I'm going to go through mine pretty fast because we gotta go rapid fire here. My AFC North champ is going to be
no, don't do it.
The Steelers.
Stop.
Steelers.
It's not going to happen.
Trubisky's going to work.
It's not.
Najee Harris is going to be awesome. The O-line's going to be fine. They have a really good defense. By the way, I forgot to mention this one the other day. How about those slime balls in Pittsburgh? Not only is the Raiders Steeler game Christmas Eve the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception, they're going to honor Franco Harris at the game. My God. The Raiders. They got to have it rubbed again right in it. One of the worst plays in Raiders history. All right, AFC South.
Colts.
Titans.
Titans stink.
They stink. Okay, here's the most important one. AFC West. I am going with the Chiefs.
It's kind of cold in here. I feel an autumn breeze coming, baby. Give me the Raiders to win.
Oh, you actually did it.
I did.
You did it. I said there was one glass overflowing person on the show.
Let's do it.
I didn't even know you made this selection before I said that. It's not Willie, who's usually a big Raiders kiss ass. You are a hometown guy with the Raiders. Unbelievable. Wild cards. My three wild cards are AFC, Ravens, Bengals, Chargers. So that means the Broncos and the Raiders don't make the playoffs. Sorry.
Chiefs, Bengals, Chargers is what I went for my three wild cards.
Wow.
Steelers win 4 games in my reality.
Neither one of us showed any respect for the Broncos.
No.
And you do have 3 teams making it from the AFC West.
Yep.
Coming up, NFC.
Get in the game with the William Hill Pro Pick'em Football Contest for your chance to win a
things from the Las Vegas Raiders this year. I think Josh has a chance to be a really good head coach with an unbelievable offense in Las Vegas. I told my son had his fantasy draft. I said, consider Derek Carr. He not going early. Derek Carr could throw for 5,000 yards this year with that collection of offensive talent around him.
Hanging at the William Hill Sportsbook inside Silver Sevens, it's Cofield and Company.
Boy, the nation loves the Raiders. Greeny there. I like listening to you talk about your boys. I don't ever want to hear Greeny and his fantasy football advice to his son, if that's the advice. Although I do think Derek Carr is a very good fantasy option late in a draft and in auction drafts if you can get him for cheap. He will have a good year. Although we pointed out yesterday, amazingly, at multiple books, over-under on his touchdown passes. I saw another one today. An offshore spot had him at 28 over-under touchdowns.
You know, I probably shouldn't listen to Mike Greenberg before my fantasy draft because Derek Carr is the starting quarterback for Jonathan's dandy team. All right, this year in fantasy football.
I actually went and got Aaron Rodgers. I've never had Rodgers before, so I feel like I could take him down personally.
I got Carr pretty late, though, too. So
when he goes.
My quarterback rotation is Carr and Baker Mayfield, so I'm really hoping that Derek Carr pans out.
AFC, NFC picks, division winners, wild cards. Was it a shocker in the group? You had the Raiders winning the West.
Yep.
I got laughed at by Ari, who knows a lot about football, about my Steelers pick to win the AFC North.
Before I make bets, I often think, what would Ari do here?
Okay, it's a good line. We respect your knowledge. NFC East, I am going with the Eagles.
NFC East, yeah, it's either the Cowboys or the Eagles, and I think the Cowboys have some real flaws. I don't really buy into the Eagles. Like 9-8 could win this thing, so give me the Eagles.
Dak with an ankle injury that just came up this week.
Yeah,
lovely. We'll see. We'll see if he gets through the whole season, but they rolled the dice there not having a real good backup behind him. NFC North, fire.
Vikings.
I have the Vikings too. I think Kevin O'Connell is going to do a really good job, and Kirk Cousins is good. He'll make him borderline great.
I mean, he was the 5th best passer by PFF standards last year, so he's already great. My guy.
NFC South. Buccaneers, you know what? My guy, TB12, yes, Bucs win the division.
Jameis Winston and the Saints.
Dennis Allen and the Saints. That is shaky.
Who?
That is shaky.
You know what's shaky? The secondaries that Jameis Winston will face and annihilate on his way to a division title and comeback player of the year.
NFC West. I can't believe I'm making this pick because I was going to play under the win total until they made a brilliant move. The Niners will win the NFC West because Garoppolo was there.
I picked the Rams. I went safe. I think the Niners, I shouldn't say stink. That is strong. But I did bet them under the total, so of 10.
I hate the NFC going into the year because I know there's going to be a team that's going to rise up. Because it looks like basically an 8-team race for the playoffs. But I know there's going to be a team from outside that's going to rise up. But I'm a pansy. And I took the Rams, the Cardinals, and the Packers. Like, I would so love to knock the Packers out, but those are my wild cards.
So I went Bucks, Packers, and I very, very much debated, typed out, and deleted multiple times, and ultimately went against the really, really strong pick of the Carolina Panthers, and instead went with the Arizona Cardinals. I'm really disappointed in myself.
So who's the NFC team that's going to rise up and surprise people? Could it be the New York Giants? Could it be Falcons? Could it be the Panthers?
I think you named 2 of them. I think it'd be the Giants or the Panthers. I think the Panthers are so I have my teams that I take positions on, right? Like I want to go in, bet on, bet against, whatever as the season begins because I don't think the market's really caught up to how good or bad they are. Carolina's one of them. Carolina, I think, if I just gave you the skill position players and all of that stuff and told you, oh, by the way, their quarterback went 30-9 a season ago and looks like he's going to be pretty solid, the Panthers have a lot working for